please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Felicia, roll call.
Jeff Reinahan, First Ward.
Ann Berger.
Second ward.
Oh, sorry, Bill. Forgot you were here, Bill. Ann Berger, Third Ward.
Michael Capone, 4th Ward.
Stefan Krakauer, 5th Ward.
Ann Shershud, 6th Ward. Alicia Salvatore, Town Clerk.
Jim Nelson, attorney for the town.
Jessica Moran, Deputy Town Clerk.
John Bailey, Town Supervisor. Welcome everybody to tonight's meeting. We have, first thing on the agenda is adopt a fee schedule. Second item, set date for a public hearing on unsafe building on 195 Vassar Road. 3, authorize a tax cert for Beechwood office. 4, authorize a tax cert for South Hills Mall improvements. 5, appoint Renee Johnson to Board of Assessment Review. 6, authorize the supervisor to sign Bill Parcel 3 agreement easement. 7, promote Colleen Keith, Office Manager, Town Court. 8, promote Lindsay Van Nostrand, the Clerk to Justice at Town Court. 9, promote Michelle Van Nostrand, Clerk Justice at Town Court. 10, appoint Shayla Tortorella, Clerk in the Town Court. 11, accept the minutes for 21-22. 12, appoint Roman Wallens Gold and Minot LLP. 13, authorize special consents 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 is appoint Jason Sullivan, Sewer Maintenance Mechanic. 2 is accept Cliffdale Subdivision water lines and appurtenances. 3, authorize the supervisor to sign water storage agreements with Town East Fishkill and Hopewell Senior Living. SC4, resolution 1 Dutchess Avenue walkway and rec fees. SC5, approve 9/11 street names, 1 Dutchess Avenue. SC6, notification claim refer to legal, Fusco versus the town. SC7, retain Vanderwater and Fusco versus the town. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules for any item on the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody who would like to speak to any item on the agenda?
Doreen? Doreen?
Okay, thank you. So, so tonight I see you have, Jay, you said 7 special consent items,
Correct.
and I've talked about this before. When you have these special consent items added at the last minute, you know, it really limits the materials available to the public to review before the meeting. And I know I've said this before, the open meetings law now requires at least 24 hours that records to be discussed should be posted to the town's website. So this really doesn't help when you add the SC items at the last minute.
Doreen, I agree. We try to get in there. A lot of these are small things that need to be cleaned up, and a few hires that we needed to hire, and a couple of them were just a refer to legal. And I do agree, we do try to get them out, and it also states in that law 24 hours when possible, and these few were not possible. They were definitely last minute rushes to try to get them on and get them out. We tried not to put anything major on the SCs either for that reason. And I understand what you're saying, and we do try to get them out, but thank you.
Okay, but so SC4, 1 Dutchess Avenue walkway and rec fees.
Yep.
So I don't know exactly what this is here, but I would like to reiterate my comments about this trail and the rec fees. That the rec fees I've probably been talking about for 10 years, and maybe the trail for the past 5. So I've said this to the town board over the years. I'm against the town taking over this trail. It's really not going to benefit very many town residents in all likelihood. And as I reminded you years ago, the DEC put an environmental easement on the brownfield cleanup section of the Dutton Trail that's in the town. And that's going to require inspections and monitoring, and those inspections and monitoring run with the land, and they apply to the owner of the property. So bottom line is the taxpayers would be responsible for this environmental monitoring for the easement, possibly for many years, just like, you know, the landfill out at the airport. And regarding the rec fees, you know, the project applicant, he has balked at paying rec fees for years, kept trying to get them reduced. At one point, for the 84 units, it was going to be around $400,000 in rec fees, and then the town changed the formula, and then it was going to be a little less than 200,000. I still think that there is a likelihood that it was lowered to favor the applicant, but at any rate, I think the applicant should be paying the full amount of rec fees, and I don't feel that the trail on the project site is going to benefit the town residents, and I would not be in favor of the town accepting this trail, especially in light of potential environmental cleanup costs.
Thank you, Jane.
So that's all I have to say on that one. And Jay, can you just elaborate then on SC2, the Cliffdale subdivision water lines, what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, the declaration of an easement over a private drive in conjunction with the township and the water lines under the private drive. We're just accepting the water lines, which we have to do to the Board of Health.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anybody else to discuss any item on the agenda? If not, motion to resume the rules.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Renahan.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby adopt the annex schedule of fees issued under Chapter 105, and be it further resolved, these fees will be effective until revised by the Town Board. So moved.
Second.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Item number 2. Whereas the Building Department of the Town of Poughkeepsie has, pursuant to Town Code Section 71 Sub 5, submitted an unsafe building investigation report dated January 27th, 2022 to the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie regarding 195 Vassar Road, Town of Poughkeepsie, County of Dutchess, State of New York, tax grid number 6159-01-469860, hereinafter identified as the premise. The owner of record being Kenneth Walters, 195 Vassar Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, showing the house, attached garage, enclosed porch, breezeway, rubbish, garbage and downed trees on the premises are dangerous, unsafe to the general public, open at the doorways and windows infested with insects, animals, accessible to and a haven for vagrants, trespassers, crime suspects, illegal activity, and that they are unsanitary and present a health, fire, and public health hazard. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby waive a verbatim reading of the attached report, and does hereby adopt said report, and directs that it be spread across the record as if in fact it had been read verbatim. And be it further resolved that a public hearing on the order notice, including the recovery, leveling, and collection of town expenses as an ad valorem levy, will be held before the Town Board on March 23rd, 2022, at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall, Town of Poughkeepsie. So moved.
A motion second. Any questions on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the settlement of the tax cert proceedings instituted by Beechwood Office Park Associates, LLC, for property located at 2678 South Road and South Road. I guess I could read the parcel numbers?
Yes.
All right. 6160-01-079941-0000, South Road, 6160-01-054937-0000, and South Road, 6160-01-055926. And for the 2020 and 2021 tax assessment rolls as shown on the attached consent judgment. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the supervisor or his designee, town assessor Jennifer Mund, and Kyle Barnett of Vandewater and Vandewater LLP to sign such papers as are necessary to effectuate said settlement. So moved.
Second.
A motion second. Any questions on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Be resolved, the town board, town of Poughkeepsie is hereby authorized the settlement of a tax certiorari proceeding instigated by South Hills Improvements LLC for property located at 1895 South Road, Poughkeepsie, New York. Grid number 615801297959000 for 2020 and 2021 tax assessment rolls as shown on the attached stipulation of settlement and judicial order. And be it further resolved, the town board, town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the supervisor as designee, town assessor Jennifer Mund and Kyle Barnett of Vandewater and Vandewater LLP to sign such papers as are necessary to effectuate such settlement. So moved.
Second.
A motion second. Any questions on this one?
So we basically had an office building and now retail, right? Which is kind of
Yeah.
the reality of the world.
And this
around
one
us
was argued, and they actually went and got an appraisal on the South Hills Mall, and this one was really fought to try to keep the number up.
now. Yeah,
And
but
we
it
did.
kinda- Yeah, it's just sign of the time, so, all right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Be it resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Renee D. Johnson for a 5-year term expiring September 30th, 2026 to the Board of Assessment Review. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any question on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Just so everyone knows, we're still looking for another spot there, so if you know anybody else with any kind of real estate, building, construction experience that would be helpful, would be
Particular
appreciated.
award, just anything.
It's hard to find people for this
Yeah.
particular board, so I'm
Yeah.
sure she
Yeah,
probably
'cause
would.
there's a little bit of training. It's only basically one day a year for Board of Assessment Review Day, and then, you know, a couple meetings after that, but somebody with a little bit of experience helps. Renee works for a local real estate agent, so that should help.
Okay. Be resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby accept the declaration of common parking easement regarding the project known as Built Parcel 3. And be further resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the supervisor to sign an on-street parking management agreement with and easement and any supporting documents regarding the project known as Built Parcel 3 in substantially the form attached. And be further resolved that such authorization by the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie is subject to approval of all final documents by the town attorney, planning board attorney, town engineer, and director of municipal development for the town of Poughkeepsie. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
I just feel like they could have named it a little bit more creative. That's like naming your third kid child number 3.
It happens. Be it resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie does hereby promote Colleen Keith to the position of office manager of the town court, salary $28.85 per hour, effective immediately, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law. Be it further resolved, the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
I just
passes.
want to say, I worked with Colleen. She does a phenomenal job. She knows everything over that court, and she's a major asset to the
Yeah,
town.
we-
And I think the way it's being set up is a very good idea.
I think it's getting there, and we worked with her through the state court system on a few things, and she was spot on. She knew exactly what was going on. That was one of the decisions.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
That goes number 8, correct?
Yeah.
Be resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie does hereby promote Lindsay Van Nostrand to the position of clerk to the justice with the town court at the salary of $24.04 per hour, effective immediately, which appointment is subject to probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Jim, I got one question. It says promote. Shouldn't it be appoint? Because they're not getting promoted. They're taking, the judges' positions are appointed positions. It's the,
Yeah, and I think it's
I frankly, if you're more comfortable, then
Yeah.
move to change
the word, that's all.
Make a move just to change the word promote to appoint.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
But the appointment is the judges.
So it would be hereby approve of the appointment?
Yes.
How about approves the appointment?
Okay.
Right. Is that okay?
Sounds good. Get a second on that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And all those in favor of the resolution?
Second. Or, go ahead, aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes
Sorry
7-0.
We'll do the same for the
And
next
before you
one
read the
as well.
second one, approve of the appointment of Michelle Van Nostrand. It should be changed. We have a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Now you can read it.
So,
Okay.
Read this one.
Bill.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby
Agree, approve of the appointment
approve the appointment of Michelle Van Nostrand to the position of clerk to the justice with the town clerk court at the salary of $21.92 per hour effective immediately, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documents required by Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this
Bill?
approval.
Yeah.
Bill, that resolution was amended to read 22.36 an hour, just so you know.
Just got a raise.
Okay, so
But was the
change that to
motion
22.36
rescind-
an hour.
The earlier unamended was passed, as I heard it. Is there a motion to rescind
I'll make a motion.
216
this is
number
a-
8 and replace it with 216 9?
No,
No,
nine's
no, no,
a
no.
totally
No, it's
different,
totally different.
Nine's a different person. There's 2 appointments to the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, same
Yeah.
last name.
Make a motion
Wait a
to
minute.
change the 21.
It already is on the amended, he
Yeah.
just
I
didn't
know,
have
but-
it.
but he read it.
Okay.
So I want to make sure we change it
Okay.
since he read it, yeah. Make a motion to change the 2192 to read 2236.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All those in favor of the resolution?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes
And who
7.
seconded that? Because I might have interrupted.
I think I did.
Okay, thank
Uh,
you.
Just,
All caught
uh,
up.
just to be Michelle and Lindsay also have done a fantastic job over there. Lindsay was there a little bit longer than Michelle, but they both learned the system. They're extremely helpful. They're nice to people that come through those doors, so they're a good.
They're sisters?
No, they're sister-in-laws. So they're very good people to have working in our court and representing our town, so.
And it's nice, as busy as the court is, when they move up, they're still there to help in the training process if need be underneath that spot. And they're both, agree with both the judges. Number 10.
Number 10, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve the appointment?
Is hereby appoint.
Does hereby appoint, oh, so we're going,
This
right.
one's normal.
This one's different. Okay, does hereby appoint Shayla Tortorella to the position of full-time clerk with the town of Poughkeepsie Town Court at the grade 4, step 1 salary of $19.255 per hour, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law, effective March 2nd, 2022. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Any motion? Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Be it resolved, the town board, town of Poughkeepsie does hereby accept the minutes for the following 2021 and 2022 town board meetings to wit, October 27, 2021 special town board meeting, November 3rd, 2021 regular town board meeting, November 17th, 2021 committee of the whole and regular town board meeting, December 1st, 2021 regular town board meeting, December 8th, 2021 committee of the whole regular town board meeting, January 5th, 2022 regular town board meeting. So moved.
Second.
We got a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Whereas the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby find that it is in the best interest of the town to enter into a letter agreement for a term through 2024 with Romer Wallens Golden Minot LLP, a law firm specialized in employment and labor law matters, which has previously provided those services to the town, to provide labor, employment, legal, and consulting services to the town at rates on the terms provided for in the agreement annexed, and to transition the town's labor and employment law legal matters from its current labor and employment counsel to Romer and Wallens. And be it further resolved that it is in the town's best interest to enter into the next professional services agreement pursuant to town procurement policy, section VA, without the solicitation of other proposals, and the execution of said agreement is hereby authorized. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions?
Yeah, I have some concerns about this because I wasn't aware that we were dissatisfied with our current council until Friday. And as decision is important in this, I think the whole town board should have been included in it and allowed to interview and meet with the new attorneys before we go ahead and go with them. Also, I believe these are going to be more expensive. I was told our current attorneys have a max of $25,000 a year. They have a cap, and this one here is going to be paid, they have a retainer of $3,500 a month, so already it's going to be $7,000 more per year for us than our current attorneys, and also these attorneys are from Albany, and I mean, I'm sure that's fine, but I'd like to go local when we can.
Anybody, anything else?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes 6-1.
5-2.
6-1.
Did you say opposed?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Be resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby grant special consent to the following items to wit: appoint Jason Sullivan, sewer maintenance mechanic, accept Cliffdale subdivision water lines and accoutrements, authorize supervisor to sign water storage agreement with Town of East Fishkill and Hopewell Senior Living. Resolution: 1 Dutchess Avenue walkway and recreation fees. Approve 911 street names, 1 Dutchess Avenue. Notification: this claim has been referred to the legal department, Fusco versus Town. Retain Vanderwater, Fusco versus Town. It further resolved that upon the objection of any member of the town board, an item may be removed from this list and voted on separately. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Be it further resolved, the town board, town of Poughkeepsie is hereby appoint Jason Sullivan to the position of full-time sewer maintenance mechanic with the sewer department at grade 6, step 1, salary $22,564 per hour, effective March 6, 2022, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 to more than 26 weeks per civil service law. Be it further resolved, the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second?
Second.
Need a motion second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Whereas following approval by the Town of Poughkeepsie Planning Board of the Cliffdale subdivision as reflected on Dutchess County filed map number 12263 of August 21st, 2009, the applicant tendered to the town as recorded on October 6, 2009, a declaration of an easement over the private drive serving the Cliffdale residents to be used in conjunction with its offer to the town of the ownership of the water lines and appurtenances under the said private drive. Now therefore be it resolved that the town supervisor or its designee is authorized to accept the above dedication and offering after consulting with the town development director, engineer, water superintendent, and attorney to the town. Said acceptance to the terms acceptable to him and subject to the receipt of the town of its applicable acceptable bacteria and other tests as may be required, and the posting of maintenance security for the water lines and appurtenances of $20,000 to be effective for a period of 1 year. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Jay, I don't have a copy of this resolution.
Be it resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie is hereby authorized the supervisor to execute on behalf of the town of Poughkeepsie 2 agreements for water storage capacity, one with the town of East Fishkill for temporary storage of 50,000 gallons, and the other with Hopewell Village Glen Inc., Hopewell Senior Living for long-term storage of 17,094 gallons, substantially the form annexed and is acceptable to the supervisor in consultation with the town engineer, water department, and attorney to the town. Be it further resolved that enter into these agreements represents part of the ongoing administration of town of Poughkeepsie affairs, involves no change which would create a substantial adverse environmental impact, and is a type 2 action requiring no secret review. So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and just, so you know, the East Fishkill is, they're doing, rehab work to their wells down East Fishkill. And this is a temporary storage. They're purchasing water from Dutchess County Water and Wastewater, but they need a backup of the water storage from us for 2 years for that one. The other one's for Hopeful Senior Living. They'll also be purchasing their water permanently from Dutchess County Water and Wastewater, and this is the storage that they need to finalize their contract. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Whereas the O'Neill Group Dutton LLC applicant is proposing to redevelop 14.3 acres of property, the project site located in the city and town of Poughkeepsie, the project being referred to as 1 Dutchess Avenue. And whereas this town board by resolution 1.8, number 1 of 2020 has the applicant's request to rezone 4+ acres of the project site located in the town from heavy industrial to waterfront housing overlay. And whereas the successor title and affiliate of the applicant, Riverwalk North LLC, has offered to deed the town .82 acres of land, which is located west of the town project site and adjacent to the Hudson River, the town trail site, which town trail site was previously owned by the state of New York and transferred by amended patent to Riverwalk North LLC. Whereas in addition, the applicant has proposed the town, in lieu of receiving its parkland fee of $140,000 for the project as required by Town Code 219-93, will authorize and accept a reduced payment of $93,800 based on the applicant's development of a public walkway on the .82 acre town trail site. Now therefore be it resolved that the consideration and termination of this proposal and request requires no environmental review because the applicant's project has been the subject of a full seeker review. There will be no physical altercation to the project site as a result of the termination of these issues. And a determination to not accept or grant them requires no seeker review. And be it further resolved, the town board, having considered both the applicant's offer of the .82 acre town trail site and its request for reduction of the code, required recreation fees, does hereby decline both the offer and the request for the following reasons.
I can read, because I got skipped.
So I'll finish it. The trail site offer. The town trail site is of small size and located in an area of the town which is remote from the town sidewalks, roadways, parking facilities, and other town-controlled public access points, which remote location would, in addition, disproportionately increase the cost of any maintenance or repair which the town might be required to perform directly. And although the use of the town trail site is proposed to be open to the general public, access to it is primarily from the applicant's project, and the primary beneficiaries of the town trail site will be the residents of the applicant's project. And whereas acceptance of the town trail site will not advance the town's ongoing need for capital funds to improve and upgrade existing parklands which are and will be readily accessible to all town residents, including the residents of the applicant's project. And as to the recreation fee reduction, the town trail site is of small size and located in an area of the town which is remote from town sidewalks, roadways, parking facilities, and other town-controlled public access points, which remote location would, in addition, disproportionately increase the cost of any maintenance or repair which the town might be required to perform directly. And although the use of the town trail site is proposed to be open to the general public, access to it is primarily the applicant's primary beneficiary of the town trail site, the residents of the applicant's project. And although the planning board has recognized the development of this project will generate a need for additional recreational facilities in the town of Poughkeepsie, accepting the town trail site in kind or reducing the recreation fees in recognition of the town trail site will not advance the town's ongoing need for capital funds to improve and upgrade existing parklands which are and will be readily accessible to all town residents, including the residents of the applicant's project. And be it resolved that the supervisor or his designee is authorized to execute such documents as may be required to effect the foregoing. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions?
Yeah, just to be clear, the 140,000 is the maximum, the amount that would be required based on the units that are being built.
Yes.
There's no reduction at all there,
No,
correct?
correct.
Okay.
That's how it's written.
Yeah.
All those in
And-
favor? Oh,
And voting in favor of it is voting to have them pay the recreation fee.
Correct. And we're not
It's
taking
voting
the
for
trail.
the town not to accept ownership of the town portion of the trail and to not reduce the rec fees. That's how it's written.
It's a well-written resolution.
Yeah.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? What'd you say, Bill?
Yeah, aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
And you want to take
I
5?
would.
There you go.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve the private road names for identification purposes only for the Phase 3 of the One Duchess development as follows. Number 1, Duchess Landing Road. Number 2, O'Neill Court. And be it further resolved that upon adoption of this resolution, said resolution shall be sent to the 911 facilities for Dutchess County by the town clerk of the town of Poughkeepsie. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes 6-1.
Be it resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie, oh wait, number 6 is a notification of a claim against the town referred to legal. And number 7, be it resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby retain Vanderwater and Vanderwater LLP as attorneys to the town at an hourly rate of $2.15 for partners and counsel, $1.95 for associates, and $95 for paralegals to represent and defend the town's interest in the Christopher Fusco versus Town of Poughkeepsie et al. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? Jim, was this one passed through the insurance company yet?
It only came in yesterday, and we've referred it to the insurance company. We'll see what happens.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Thank you.
passes 7-0. That brings us to an end of our agenda. I make the motion to suspend the rules for any item relating to town business at all.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Would anybody like to speak on any town issue at all? I do not see anyone.
No. Make a motion to resume the rules.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jeff? Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jim didn't get anything.
Bye, Bill.
You want?
I know.
Want executive session? I'll get you one.